Hi everyone. Um, if my voice sounds a little different, I just got done dry heaving for like 5 minutes. And then I thought it was a good idea to get on here and record. So here I am. But what the fuck, man? Is this POTS? Is this menopause? Is it because it is 76 degrees out today? Is it because it's the fucking election and I'm anxious or all of the above? Like, I've been so busy, and then today was supposed to be the day. It still is. I mean, it's like not even 2 p.m. But I thought I was going to be able to have just uninterrupted work all the way up until tonight when, um, I use MSNBC as my therapy to get through whatever the fuck is going to happen. But, nope. And I can't just go right back to work after throwing up. Like, I have to take I don't know, a half hour so my system settles back down and then I'm gonna go back to work. Um, does that happen to anybody? I mean, not the part about your days getting interrupted. My talking's not that great. But you know, the whole getting sick thing. Whatever. I think I've asked this before. Who gives a shit? I took a did you know that the anti-nausea medication, they come in dissolvable form and you can put one on your tongue and like it just dissolves. Um, I find that those work much better. So I don't know if anybody out there wants to know that, whatever. Basically I'm on here to just kind of get my system right and I guess talking is going to do that for me right now. Um, So I am about, I don't know, maybe I have 90 minutes left of Katanji Brown Jackson's audiobook. I talked about her, I don't know, a few episodes back about wondering if she is going to realize that she's likely autistic. It has not happened. However, good news to report is that they figured out when one of her daughters was like a kid or whatever, like a child, a small child. What do you call those children? um, Found out that her daughter's autistic. And it was really interesting hearing her talk about it and like talk about how it was like, I don't know, this like huge thing. And like everybody had to make adjustments. Like I feel like mixed feelings on how she described it. I don't know. It's not my family, not my business. But like it was all I don't know how to you know what? Why am I even talking about this? She's autistic. She has not realized this yet, apparently. Like, I'm not done with the book, but like I would have thought she would have said something by now. Um, like you can't just have like neurodivergent kids and then both you and your hubby are not neurodivergent. I don't think that's how it works because there's the whole hereditary gene component or whatever. But I don't know, it's interesting hearing her talk about it. I did like that she like obviously had to have raised good fucking children because she like validated her daughter, supported her needs, um like just what I wished my parents would have done for me. Why couldn't they be like Ketanji Brown Jackson, like, and done all of that for me? So she's pretty cool mom. She has pretty cool kids. I wish that she would learn about her pretty cool brain and how autistic she is. Also, last night I watched Martha on Netflix, that Martha Stewart documentary. Guys, I mean, doesn't she seem autistic? She seems autistic to me. She seems like she's got a lot going on and I don't know, like masking's part of that, but Martha is very, very like like it's hard to get inside Martha Stewart's heart. But what we saw in the documentary was close enough, and I think she's autistic. Does anybody else think that? Could you let me know? Um, what else is going on? Oh, so I talked about Madeline spending the night this past weekend, and it didn't take too long to recover from the visit. I'm talking about myself, of course. Um, Like, I felt anxious when she left, But, like, the next day, I felt like my normal self, and I thought it was gonna last for, like, a couple of days where I was gonna feel a bit off, but no, and you know what made me feel really happy yesterday? Yesterday when I was just, feeling bogged down with all the work I have, and the messages I have to respond to, and the fucking election tonight, and, like, driving past mean election signs in people's yards. Come on, y'all, like, what the fuck? Don't put, like just don't put mean things out for people to read as they're driving by because children see those things too. Like, they had swear words. I'm not gonna repeat what I saw, but, like, not good, people, not good. But anyways, I don't know why I talked about that. I was talking about Madeline. So, Shell calls Alicia last night, and Shell is Madeline's mom, and this is my first experience spending all this time with an autistic kid, and I'm autistic, and, there were some things I was wondering about her, like, when she seemed excited, she said she was excited, but, like, it didn't show at all, and, like, I know what that is because, like, I do the same thing where I say I'm one thing and I really feel it, but, like, I don't quite show it outwardly, and so I was wondering, is that what's going on, or is, like, she bored as fuck and just wants to leave and is just trying to be polite? Because I'm like, "This kid's probably judging us, like, they're so boring, blah, blah, blah," because I usually assume the worst, but good news, I'm her favorite. Apparently, I'm her favorite. I am better than Alicia to this kid, and, I mean, anytime I'm better than Alicia at anything is, like, a huge win for me because this bitch can do everything, but Madeline says I get her, and she said that, she had a really, really good time. She wants to stay for, like, months, which yeah, right. Because we got her sister coming, and then we probably have other children coming from the family, like, it's just gonna be a fucking sleepover farm, like, what the hell? Like, can we build, like, a side like, I don't know, some just side house, like, little garage, put the kids in there when they come over? I don't know. But I was really happy to hear that. I was very surprised because I don't know that I've ever been called anybody's favorite anything. If I have, I've never heard it. And so I felt really nice hearing that. Even, I don't know, it felt really nice. I've never heard that before. I didn't hear it from her, but you know what I mean? Like, I've never heard somebody say that I'm that person for them. And I felt so nice when she had said that, like, she feels like I get her because I was talking about how Alicia wanted to make her eat dinner, and Madeline was like, "But I'm not hungry." And Alicia's like, "You got to eat." And, that whole thing. Well, like, when it came time for her to leave on Sunday, she was in her pajamas and she wears onesies, which that's cute. And she had her onesie on, and she was supposed to have, like, gotten packed and ready to go. And Alicia's like, "Okay, go put some clothes on." And Madeline's like, "I'm wearing clothes." And Alicia's like, "Yeah, but you gotta get out of your pajamas and put, like, regular clothes on." And Madeline's like, "Well, I don't want to." And it was, like, back and forth for just, like, a quick couple of seconds, and then I was like, "Just let her wear the onesie." Like, if she gets in trouble, like, Shell can blame you. Don't bring my name up because I let her wear the onesie. And, when Madeline was in the bathroom brushing her teeth, I told Alicia, like, "That's a meltdown waiting to happen." Like, she does not want to put other clothes on, just let her stay in her pajamas, that's no big deal. And we let her, and everything was fine. And I noticed I was doing things for her that, like, I do for myself when I go on, like, car trips. So, when she was in my room, she found my spree. I'm not addicted to spree anymore, in case anybody was wondering. Um, but she found my candy bowl, and she had some, and, sounds like she's becoming addicted to spree. So I was like, "Do you want anything to, like, munch on in the car? Would you like some spree?" And I gave her, like, a little bag of candy. She had her headphones. She had, like, her fidget stuff, just to make sure she had a comfortable ride on the way back. Um, so that makes me feel a lot better about sleepovers. I guess I'm not that bad. it's weird that I'm the favorite because I've talked about just I feel like I just kind of exist when I go down with Alicia to see her family because like the majority of her family is so dysfunctional. There's a handful that are not, and we hang out with a handful that are not. But like I always, whenever I would go down there, when I say go down, it's they live like about I don't know over an hour away, and I don't really say a whole lot because it's just there has been very like there's over the years awkward times like I don't know what to do in other people's dysfunctions, so I just kind of stand there and don't do anything. And like the kids, I've seen them grow up over the years, and like I haven't really interacted with them a whole lot because I don't like little kids. They're loud. They're all the things that I don't like. Um, but all of a sudden, like it turns out they've always liked me from what Alicia had told me before. And I don't know. That's just weird because I don't see myself as a very likable person. And I realize how that sounds coming out of my mouth, but I don't have low self-esteem. I don't know. That's not something I'm used to being referred to as or thought of as. But anyways, just wanted to share that. Also, do you know how like I have my own dedicated room in the house? Like we have our bedroom that we sleep in, and then like I have my own room, and like for like a year I've been saying that I've got a mattress. I'm sitting on my mattress like I'm in a like I don't know, just like a crack house or something like that. I'm not gonna call it a mattress anymore because now that bed frame thing that Alicia got for Madeline to put my mattress on so she can sleep on, it's mine now. So now it's not a mattress because it's off the floor, right? I'm just gonna call it the comfy zone. So whenever I'm saying, "Oh, I'm sitting on the comfy zone," it's gonna be the bed because I just feel weird saying mattress. I just feel like it's kind of weird. Anybody care that I said that? Probably not. And I'm gonna end this episode with a cat story. Um, this episode, obviously, by now you figured out your life is not going to change because you listen to this, but I'll leave you with a cat story. So Morpheus and Phil, I've talked about plenty of times. Phil is the new kitten. He's been here for a couple months now. And Morpheus was the asshole that I've mentioned that none of the cats like him. And for several years, they've stayed away from him. And he's always loved me, but he's just not a cat that likes to be touched on the stomach and blah, blah, blah. But, anyways, Morpheus is so friendly now. He's a friendly cat. Like, if you knew this cat, like, when I take him to the vet, by the way, he's not been to the vet since he was a kitten. Judge me if you will, but our cats live a long time without going to the vet every year. But, like, when we do have to bring him at some point, they're going to have to knock him out with a tranquilizer. Like, I already talked about it with them. I was like, there's no way that this is going to happen unless he's, like, out because he's that kind of cat. But Phil has just turned him into a softie. And I go to bed last night. Um, and Morpheus follows me in there, goes into his little cat bed that's next to my pillow, and then I have another cat bed next to Morpheus's for Phil. And so Phil comes in a couple minutes after that and proceeds to crawl on top of Morpheus, who is very big. Um, and I throw the cover over my face thinking they're going to do some UFC stuff because that's what they like to do. And I don't want to get scratched and lose an eye. But no, Phil crawled on top of him and proceeded to thoroughly bathe him for 15 minutes. And I watched the entire thing. It was so cute. And Morpheus stayed there the entire time. He was curled up, his tail was wagging happily, and he just let Phil just clean his head, his ears, he's never had that before. I mean, like, up until we brought Phil here, Morpheus has never been cleaned by another cat because they don't want to get close to him because he didn't come in very nicely, to the family. And I don't know, I teared up. Maybe that sounds a little bit weird, but like I teared up because it was so cute. And I was like, oh my God, like it's just amazing. Animals are amazing. And I feel bad. Like I haven't really stopped to think about all the things that Morpheus hasn't gotten to experience because of the cats not really liking him. but Phil follows him everywhere. I call Morpheus Big Daddy number 2 because my soul kitty Hades, he was Big Daddy number 1. But Morpheus is Big Daddy number 2, and he's acting like a dad to Phil, and I just wanted to say it is so fucking cute, and I love it. And, okay, that's all I got in here to talk about. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry that if you didn't benefit. I feel kind of bad if this was like an episode that you didn't benefit from, but maybe you did. I don't know. If you did, could you let me know? Maybe this is a little bit of anxiety. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to work now because I do feel better. My anxiety is like drastically reduced. So, if anybody is listening, thanks for getting this far. And, um, okay, goodbye.